Alright guys, it's your boy Bob coming back to you again with another message of peace. I salute you as always in the name of peace. But before all, let's thank the Almighty for allowing us to be alive another day. Let's thank Him for peace. Let's thank Him for wealth. Let's thank Him for health. Let's thank Him for prosperity in our lives. But above all, let's thank Him for love. Amen. You know guys, I want to make this video, right, for my brothers and sisters, ex-Muslim. I have made another video before, and I want to make another one again. Because I enjoy watching you guys, your testimony, why you guys left Islam. And honestly speaking, I have no problem whatsoever with you. I respect you guys for having your own thought and to have a choice of what faith you want to belong to. But the problem I have is this, right? Is the reason most of you guys decided to leave Islam. Because honestly, when I listen to a lot of guys, the reason they left Islam, it's not based on Islam, honestly, man. It's like, I would equate it to this, right? Let's say a child who was beaten so much by his parent, he ended up hating his dad and then ended up hating the culture from which his dad is coming from, thinking that whatever his dad was doing to him is based on the culture that his dad is believing. I'm gonna give an example, right? Me, I was born into a Muslim faith. I was raised a Muslim and I'm still a Muslim. When I was a kid, my father hired a guy to teach us Arabic, to learn. But this guy, man, every morning he used to wake us up with a belt. We were sleeping, honestly, man. He used to wake us up and beat us, just for us to learn how to read Arabic. We used to hate it, man. He used to go to sleep while we were reading. When it was raining, we used to enjoy the rain. We just were thinking of going back under our blanket while this guy is sleeping. I used to hate it, man, honestly. I used to curse him in my heart. All of us used to do it. As we grow up, one time I had the chance to sit with him and talk to him. I had forgotten whatever he did to me before, man. But at the same times, I would say thank to him in a way because of that, I have learned a lot nowadays. I can read Arabic, I can write, I can relate to a lot of stuff based on what he did. But I don't accept and I don't agree to what he did to me. But I understand one thing, this is based on what he was taught also, how to teach someone. Most of us in Africa, we know that in order for you to teach someone, you have to beat them. Even me, I have a sister. I used to teach a group of people, I used to teach them math, geometry, and all of those things, right? And my sister at that time, it was really hard for her to get it. Once you get scared, she forget everything that she have learned, honestly. So I used to get angry and beat her up, really angry, until I left her back home and came to the United States. I used to call her and tell her sorry, man, and apologize for what I did. But I never thought one time that this was coming from Islam. Because it was not. It was just a mindset. Because the thing is, I have watched many Somalians coming from Muslim countries, right, giving testimonies why they left Islam. And the reason they left it is baseless. Because their parents mistreated them when they were kids. They were forced to wear hijab. They were forced to pray. They were forced to do everything. And then the day they left Islam, their parents wanted to kill them or stone them or whatever. And honestly, to be truthful, these kind of treatment are known mostly from Muslim countries. But I will tell you guys one thing, right? I want you guys, the so-called ex-Muslim, to prove me one time where you have ever read where Muhammad mistreated his daughter. Because it's easy to go around and say Muhammad did this, Muhammad did this. Can you tell me one time where he mistreated his daughter Fatima? If you really study Muhammad's history, when Muhammad was sitting down, when his daughter came in the place he was sitting, Muhammad used to stand up because he respected his daughter. When Muhammad goes to battle and come back, his daughter was crying, man. He used to wipe his wound. If you study the story of Muhammad, because sometimes we have to stop being biased, because all of us, we are biased. If you are coming in a place of hate, you cannot see the reality of what someone is telling you. Because let's say if you come from a Muslim country, right? Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. One time when I was like about 17, 18, there was this Christian guy, I spoke to him. He left Islam. Why did he leave Islam? He used to be in a village. He was sick, very sick. Nobody helped him. But he was helped by missionaries who came into his village. They helped him. They took care of him. They told him about Jesus. And the message of Jesus really filled his heart with peace and joy, and he embraced it. It is his choice if he left Islam and become Christian, because honestly, even in Islam it says, La ikraha fi din. There is no compulsion in Islam. فَمَنْ كَانَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ كَانَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. If you want, you can believe. If you want, you can disbelieve. Even the Quran is telling Muhammad, you are not to force people to embrace Islam. Imagine someone put a gun on your head and say you love me. When you say you love me, is that love genuine? Is it coming from a place of love, or is it coming from fear? So I want to tell you guys, right? Whatever you guys are studying based on hadith, these are just hearsay written down that what Muhammad said. Who knows if this is true? Nobody knows. But one thing we know, if we study the life of Muhammad, without being biased, 99% of people that followed him because of his character and conduct. No way it says Muhammad ever forced someone to be Muslim. Indeed, he was living in a culture that was different from our culture. For instance, slavery. During the time of Muhammad, there was slavery. Are you telling me when Muhammad came, he could have just abolished this one for all? No, it doesn't work like that. Everything in this life, there is a plan. Everything in this life. For instance, I'm talking to you, an ex-Muslim right now. Think about what I'm trying to say. Let's say if you want to change people, right? If you want to go to your village right now and change people, you do not just go and want to change whatever people are believing at once. You have to go step by step. Therefore, Muhammad was telling people to free the slave. The system he was building is freeing the slaves. He used to tell people when they come to marry someone, if they have no dowry to give, he used to tell them, free a slave. Because that's the culture they were living in. I heard many people talk about the Kaaba, the pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia, the circumambulation that people do. They say it's pagan ritual. Indeed, The pagan used to do it. But how do you know if these pagan rituals that they were doing, do you know where they take it from? We do not know that. Because according to the Quran, the person who built the Kaaba was Abraham. If it's truly Abraham who built that Kaaba, during the time he built it, there were no pagan over there. What about if the people that were embracing what Abraham was doing followed the same ritual until they went astray from that rituals and Muhammad came to change it? Like Jesus said to the Jew, think not that I came to destroy the law, I came to fulfill it. As long heaven and earth will not pass, this law will never pass. He did not come to destroy the law, he came to fulfill them. He said, it has been told of old time, people of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, even if you look at women to lust after her, you have already committed adultery into your own heart. Isn't that what Jesus said? And Muhammad came and said, Wala taqrabu zina. Do not go near adultery. He never even said do not do it. He said do not go close to it. These messages, they are all the same. Muhammad said, love one another. Unless you love for another what you love for yourself, you are not a Muslim. That's what he said. But if you are there teaching people about the reason you left Islam, if you are truthful, you are truly seeking the truth, you will not sit there criticizing a person whose people are here to do good. If we think about terrorists, right, killing other people in the name of Islam, they are killing in the name of Islam, but that's not Islam. It's like someone killing in the name of God. Is that God that is telling you to do it? Or it's your own belief that you think it's God telling you? Let's go about the name of Allah. A lot of people think Allah is just a Muslim name. Or it's Muhammad who brought that name. No. I want to ask you guys, do you know the name of Muhammad's father? If you know or you do not know, his name was Abdullah. What's the meaning of Abdullah? Abdullah means the servant or the slave of Allah, of God, right? Where did he get that name from? If he's truly the servant of Allah, then Allah was before Muhammad, right? Think about that. Muhammad was not the first person to bring the name of Allah. Why is it that all the Arabs' Bible, the name of God in that book is Allah? Did you ever ask yourself that question? No. Ask yourself that question. Why Jesus was on the cross saying, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani? Why did he say that? It's same thing in Arabic. Allah, Allah, lama taraktani. Why have you forgotten me, right? It's the same thing. All these teachings are the same. Only if we were to come close to them with truth. Samir, I don't know if it's Ali. I would call you the head of the ex-Muslims. I have been following you for a long time. I enjoy your video. I love your spirit. I love your smile, honestly, brother. But a lot of things that you say, it is true. I do not blame you. Because you are reading those things from Muslims' book, like Bukhari, like Muslim, like Tirmidhi. And you are listening to sheikhs, people that call themselves representative of Islam. Who is there to represent Islam? Can there be someone who can represent God on this planet Earth? No. It doesn't work like that. Take three blind people. Heal them. And at the same time, the minute they open their eyes, when they see something outside, Take all these people, ask them to define what they have seen. Each one will give you different things. Someone will tell you they see the stars, birds. Another person will tell you they see people smiling, people running around. Another person will tell you they saw cars running. But one thing they will all come to an agreement is that before they cannot see, now they can see. That is the truth. That all of them will come to an agreement. Everything else is what they understand. 1 billion of Muslims reading the Quran, one book, but all of them having different understanding. Why is that? Because the way you are feeling in your head, the way you understand, the way your prejudices work, the way your brain work is the same way you will approach life. Even life, forget about the Quran. Why is it 6 to 7 billion people living on one planet, Earth, all of them seeing the Earth differently? Some people anxious, some people distressful, some people happy, some people angry, some people complaining, some people crying, some people grieving. Why is that? Because each one of us have a different view of this earth. Because the eyes sees what the mind recall. Isn't that true? So brother, I want to tell you something. Truth is something within. If truly we are honest, we are seeking after the truth, we are not going to there calling ourselves Muslims or Christians or Hindu or whatever we call ourselves. I am not here expecting each one of us to be Muslim. Even the Quran says that if God wanted, he would have made each one of us Muslim. But when we say Muslim, this is what I understand. It is submissive. Each one of us would have been submissive to the Almighty without killing each other, without fighting each other. But that's not what he did. He gave each one of us a choice. Because we are not robots. So we can live here in harmony if we choose to. Truth, it is personal. It is subjective. So if you go there looking at people calling themselves Muslim, and when they do something and you think that's what Muslims do, no, you know that's far away from the truth. Christians have their own differences. Muslims have their own differences. Jew, Hinduism, even atheists, so-called atheists, even you so-called ex-Muslims, you have your own different understanding. But I'm gonna end my video one day, right? I am not here to criticize anyone why they left Islam, because each one have their own choice. And I respect a person who started thinking on his own and left whatever his parent taught him and chose a different path. I respect that person, because that means that person is thinking. He's not just a follower. But at least when you are on a journey, just be on your journey. Don't point fingers at someone. Like there is a beautiful proverb that says, the person who did not go across the river should not laugh at the person that is drowning yet. You have not even crossed the river, but you are laughing yet at someone who is drowning. Wait until you cross. Maybe right before you cross, you might drown also, just like that person. But be on your journey. Swim. Help yourself. Focus on your journey. When you swim across, you can pull other people's hand, and only if they want. Do not lie to them. Don't tell them there is an alligator here. If you come here, you're going to be eaten. I left that other place because someone was killing me. Don't do that. Just try to help people. And at the same time, make sure whatever you are talking about Islam, you know what you are saying. Study it. Don't base on assumption of what so-called imams are teaching. Because who are those imams? Who are those jurists? Do they have what you call that, a patent of the word of God? No. It is incumbent of each one of us to go within ourselves and embrace the divine. If I choose to be a Muslim and pray this way, it's my choice. If you choose to be a Christian, it's your choice. Well, I'm not here to listen to Muslims also talking nonsense about Christians, saying Christians believe this and believe that without knowledge. That's my whole point in this video. One love.